Hello. We're going to be talking about digital stress, what it is, how to deal with it. Digital stress, what it is, and how to deal with it. I'm going to be reading out of this document here provided to us by JourneyWorks Publishing in Santa Cruz, California. So smartphones and computers, as we all know, can help us stay connected, informed, entertained. They can also make you feel anxious, overwhelmed, or even depressed, and that's called digital stress. So there's a word for it. Two words for one thing, digital stress. Digital stress is when you feel anxious, overwhelmed, or even depressed from using your electronic equipment, whether that's for personal or business use. Now, when it comes to digital stress, here are the top reasons, for what's stressing you out. 1, constant distraction. That was a demonstration of constant distraction. Please pay attention, we're going to do it again. Constant distraction. How often do you scroll through social media, checking your email or send text? How many times do you do that a day? Probably a lot. We all do. Not everybody. But studies suggest that all this input makes it hard to focus on any one thing. How many times have you missed sending a response to some text because you're looking at many others? Missed sending an email back because you were responding to others? It may actually affect a person's ability to learn and remember these constant short bursts of information all the time. Number 2, lack of good sleep. Now, do you stay up late night browsing online? I know a lot of kids that do that. I know a lot of adults that do that. And if you don't believe me, go check when the messages you receive from other people, unless they're setting the date for it, and they're not. The blue light that's emitted by these screens makes it harder to fall and stay asleep because your body, your mind, perceives it as blue sky. That's what's going in there. You're not looking at the blue sky, you're reading all the stuff that's making you stressed, and the blue light's coming in, and it's turning on your waking mode. And that can lead to exhaustion and makes it harder to cope and sets you up for stress. And that, losing all that sleep, can actually make it harder for you to fall asleep and get good rest. Social comparison. This happens a lot with children, people in high school, people in college. Social comparison. Scrolling through social media sometimes make people sad or anxious. Look at all the stuff we're getting now. It's crazy. It's so negative. That's not happening outside my house. It's not happening down my block. We have some trouble in my city from time to time, or in the region, but that's the things that they're showing us that are absolutely calamitous, that we're seeing every day, that's being pumped to you once, twice, 10 times a day by different people. That's not good for us. People that studies suggest that this is a common feeling. Individuals kind of also do something other than posting all that nasty stuff. They always tend to post the great stuff. I love posting great stuff about myself. I'm just a guy. I like to post positive things. I like to make people feel better about what's going on, what I have seen, and share that. I see some ducks, I want to share the ducks. I see some roses, I want to share the roses. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the good work that we're doing and the things that are going on. Sometimes, though, people show things that, it's like an entire party's going on in their world, and then another person over here is doing that entire party going on in their world, right? Here's another one over here, third person you might know, tangentially. Big party going on in their world. What's going on in our world? Oh no, there must be something wrong with me. But the fact of the matter is, and this is especially pertinent to the children and folks in college, that big party that you imagine that's going on, it's not going on. You're just looking at instances of more positive aspects of another person's life. But when people see this, it can make them feel bad about their own life and lead them to feel depressed, jealous, or anxious. And that's an issue with alcohol and drugs, okay? This big party going on over here. If you got alcohol, you got drugs. Oh, you can join the big party. No, you can't join the big party. All you do is hurt yourself. Number 4, negative interactions. Has someone ever left you a mean or negative comment on your post? Sometimes I go through there, I'm looking for information, we're having a good conversation about something that's going on in the community, and someone posts something that's actually horrendous. Actually horrendous. We're working towards a solution, we're talking, we're having a conversation, and someone posts this thing that is so angry, composed of a threat, composed of anger and anxiety of their own self. They're just sharing that out there, sometimes with a photograph, with an image. All right. That type of interaction is common, and it's a source of big stress. Some folks want to post the stuff to get their clicks and everything, and they use this negative material to draw people in. And you know what happens after you get drawn in? You just get more of that negative material. There's nothing else there. That's it. Number 5, life balance. Do you check your work or school email on the weekend or after hours? I mean, are you in that stuff all the time? You looking at your work email all the time? You're at home from work. You're at home from work. You're at home from work. You are not at work. You don't have to do work. They're not paying you for it. They're probably not paying you enough for what you're doing at work. People are actually checking their emails at work as if they're going to get ahead. You just get what you get. When the lines between work time and off hours get blurred, it can mean you're not able to relax or unwind from the daily stress of work or school, and that's your life, okay? When you're learning to do something, that's good. You're moving towards something to learn. If you're working to make money, that's what you're doing, to get income so you can stay alive. When you're on your time, that's your time, that's your life, that's you. Doesn't belong to them, they're not paying for it. They're not gonna give you extra for you giving extra, not gonna happen. Live your life with your family and your friends, for yourself and for them. Number 6, fear of missing out, FOMO. And we talked about this, I just briefly touched on it, but let's learn more about FOMO. FOMO. Fear of missing out. If you're a constant checker, people who constantly check, they think they might be missing something important. If they leave the phone behind, the fear often causes a steady stream of anxiety or stress. What's going on out there? I gotta learn, I gotta keep up with everyone else. I gotta do this, I gotta make sure I'm safe. And just like I said earlier, I mentioned that some folks will post these calamitous things. And there are companies that do this, and there are political parties that do this. And they will post this calamitous thing over and over and over again, and then the next day you get another one, over and over and over again. You or these great parties that they're having in Hollywood or New York, and all this is going on, and all the rich people are richer than you could ever imagine or hope to be, and you're supposed to enjoy that, and now, of course, that's not working, right? It makes people feel anxiety and stress, FOMO, the fear of missing out. You're not missing out on anything. If you're alive, good for you. Enjoy your life, be good, enjoy your life. Chronic stress now. If you got that chronic stress going on, that raises risk of serious health concerns such as depression, obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart attack, stroke. There's a whole handful of problems there from one finger. Those things, chronic stress raises your risk of serious health concerns such as depression, obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart attack, and stroke. Take care of yourself. You're number 1. Now, how do you deal with it? Probably made everybody stressed out watching this thing. How do you deal with digital stress? Let's check it out. Schedule a digital timeout. Just don't use the phone during the timeout that you sent. Turn off all the devices. Switch them off for an hour, a day, a weekend, an entire vacation. Just don't use I just went to day camp a couple of weeks ago. It was a stay-away camp for 5 days, for 3.5. It was 3 days altogether, but it was a half day. Anyway, I went there. Practically nothing. Sent 2 messages. And I was like, what did I do that for? But anyway. Make sleep a priority. Stop using your devices at least 30 minutes before you go to bed. Tune out the noise. Turn off notifications except for calls and texts from a few select people. You don't need ding, 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 ding. I actually have to do this part of my work during the day. I have to wait for it all day, and I never know who it's going to come from. And when I get home after work, I don't want any of that stuff. I don't want to do that. I don't want to hear it. I just want to deal with individuals. Choose your contacts. You're not obligated to accept all social media requests. You're not obligated to do that. It's not like saying, excuse me when you're getting on the subway, or pardon me, or putting your light on blinking when you're going to change lanes. And I know a lot of people don't do that, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. It's not like those sort of things. It's not a polite thing When someone sends you a request to accept it, you don't need to do that. If you're in business, maybe you got to do that for what you're doing in the business. For in your personal life, do you really need 5,000 people seeing all your stuff? Do you need 5,000 people interacting with you? Can you interact in quality with 5,000 people? Find your best friends, find your friends, talk to them, interact with them. The smallest things are mighty large in our lives. All right, adjust your social media feed. Be aware of how certain posts make you feel. If you're getting some stuff that's making you feel freaked out and they're sending you all this stuff, the world is horrible, it's growing. Hey, I got roses outside this door right now. The world is doing well. I got a family, I got friends, I have interesting things to do, and I'm sure you do too. And if you don't, you can have them. They're all free, and they're all over the world. Now, if certain posts that you're reading, certain news, certain information that you get, music is making you feel bad, hey, there is like many, many, many other things that you can listen to, look at, talk about, and think about. It's your life. Make time for face-to-face connections. Today at work, we had White Elephant in June, of all things, because they had missed it over the past few years from the COVID, from other things, and all the work that they do, and they hardly ever get together. So this afternoon, it's a White Elephant thing, and it was lots of fun, and everybody had gifts, and they were talking to each other and learn about each other. Make time for face-to-face life. Make time for face-to-face life, because that is the reality of the world. That's your reality. That's what's here. Not 50 seconds of this or that. Schedule specific times to check your email and stick to your schedule. Me, I check it when I go to work. I check it at noon. I check it around the time I go home. And I got a special thing if it's an emergency, it comes through to me. And I do some public work. Where do I do that? I look at that once a day. I got some other work stuff I do that's all encapsulated in certain periods of time. And I don't mix it up, and I'm reducing that by automation. That's something else, okay? So try not to get caught up in comparisons. Remember, nobody's life is perfect. It's not picture perfect. Nobody's life is picture perfect, no matter how it looks online. And some people do that, and companies do that, and governments do that, and politicians do that in order to get something from you. So you'll buy something from them, or you'll give them something like money, or your vote, or your attention, or your clicks. Nobody's life is picture perfect, but your life is well worth living. Your life is beautiful, and you are fine just as you are. So, the digital lifestyles are around. It says they're here to stay. More people in the world do not have to deal with this. They didn't even know this stuff exists in the world today. But for our society, learning to pay attention to the effects technology use has on your well-being is important. It is very important. When it comes to dialing down your stress levels, these tips that we just went over can be a good place to start. And that's digital stress, what it is, and how to deal with it. And I know you're going to do fine. And you know what? If you watch this video, you can share it to somebody else, but you don't need to watch it again. Thank you.